So yeah, Sveno Mick back here again. So there's the tools needed. Little shifter for holding the end of the valve. With a tiny little spanner or maybe a little tiny valve tool. Not sure how small a spanner you'd have to get, it was bloody small. Little set of sideys just to cut the fuel line zippy tie on, then I've got the zippy tie on so it can't slip off. Little Ballard's valve tool or feeler gauge, which is the right one, the right size, and that's for an XR I think too, that one. That little bit of fuel line, a 10mm spanner, a 12mm spanner, and then I got a little 12mm, 10 and 11mm ratchet there, ratchet spanner, a couple of sockets of 10mm and 12mm, and also that ring spanner to get the plug out. You can get that plug out, no worries with that ring spanner, and that is a, what have we? Oh God, I'll have to get my glasses on. So, where are we? 11/16, 5/8 and 11/16, so it's the 11/16 end. That fits the spark plug. That's a tight fit, but you can get it in. You can get it in there because there's plenty of room in there. So she's all back together. You can hear her cooling down, had her running. Look, I'm going to leave it at that. So there's valve adjustment. My biggest problem was finding a spanner to undo the spark plug because I couldn't find my plug spanner. Like I say, these things are brilliant to work on. It's a little push rod engine, simple, tiny, little, good, reliable, simple little engine. And this engine here, I've never degreased or anything. I just use a bit of truck wash from time to time. I don't actually get it too dirty. Don't take it out in the rain much. There's no corrosion on this bike. Oh, quick review. So this bike's just cracked 5 years old, I think. 5 or 6. Anyhow, we'll say it's 5 years old. I can give you the date of when it was complianced in Australia. Had its sticker put on. That was the 4th of 2016. So that has it at 6 years old. So it's click 6 years old. One front fork seal, which I've done. Just done that myself. 2 batteries. I put a heavy duty RK, good quality RK chain on it. The RK or EK, I think it's an RK. I've put another rear tyre on. It's a bit big for it, I think, but this style of tyre I like. It's a Midas. It's 130/80 17. I'll probably go a 110 or a 120, and smaller on the front, 110 on the front. I'd probably go 120/80 on the back, 17, and just a 110/70 17 on the front. Similar type of tread pattern. If you don't want that bigger tyre on the front, definitely. I can't fault it. Like I said, it hasn't done a shitload. I mean, hasn't done a heap of kilometres. It's done 4,763. Can't complain one bit. Cheap. Some would say nasty. For me, cheap and a great little run around. So look, I'm going to leave it at that. Sveno Mick. What are we, Wednesday afternoon? Like I said, I had a bit of time up my sleeve. I've been meaning to do those valves, and I was happy with them. They weren't riding. They were a tad loose. So if you were getting valve recession, they'd tighten up. I run 95 in this thing all the time. Oil changed every 500 kilometres. Some would say that's an overkill. I don't care. It's only one and a bit litre of oil. What else can I tell you about it? There's really not much else I can tell you about it. One headlight bulb too. It's blowing one of them, so I'll put a new one in. And the headlight's not actually that strong. I should have probably looked into it. They told me I went to get a Hella headlight bulb for it, but Chinese pins or whatever, they tell me are different. So I went to Repco and they said they couldn't come up with anything to suit. So, and they thought they could, but they couldn't. That front tyre's buggered. I'm going to get another one of them shortly. What else can I tell you? I looked on the Braaap website the other day. I think brand new engine for these is under $1,000, $900. I think it is, or $899 or $899 or $999, $899 I think. So gee, isn't that simple, cheap motoring? I do want to get a set of better back shocks for it, and probably play a bit with the different weights of oil on the front. But other than that, really nothing. No corrosion. Do put a little bit of WD-40 on the chrome bits and pieces, but there's absolutely no corrosion on them at all. I've changed the brake fluid in the front master cylinder, or wheel caliper, front and back a few times. See, it's nice and clear. Really not much else I can tell you about it. That's my review on that. As for me using it, for what I do, perfect. Perfect, cheap, perfect, reliable. Yeah, if you want a better suspension, just get some better back shocks and play with the front forks. At the end of the day, it's just a little runaround and a good, reliable little runaround. So I'm going to leave that with a smiley face. Happy, happy, happy. I can't complain. Sveno Mick. Have a lovely day, Sveno Mick out.